Hey travelers, Mag, I, and Skeletor 10 here on day 18 of our trip across the United States. We had a good night's sleep and a late start this morning. That's fine because we have less miles to cover today as well. We're going to get to spend some time today in Maine. We'll finish the Maine DeLorme challenge, and we'll get to go see some of the cool virtuals around town. By the end of the day, we know that we'll end up on the east side of Maine, and we'll work our way down along the coast and see where we end up. I think today's going to be pretty interesting. Let's see what it has in store for us.
Our morning kicked off on the grounds of the Millinocket Cemetery. It was a beautiful drive through the grounds on this quiet morning. We enjoyed the sense of solitude as we made our way past rows and rows of headstones through the grounds. We traversed the cemetery from one end to another in pursuit of the multi-cache. It highlighted one of the coolest parts of the cemetery for us. Though our trip into Abbott was brief, the debate it sparked lasted for several hours afterwards. What exactly does it mean to be Maine's #1 town? That's a pretty heavy number to live up to with all the great places out here. By lunchtime, we'd managed to make our way all the way into Bangor. Our first stop was Lover's Leap. It was probably one of the few Lover's Leaps in the country that I've been to, where it's not a very far drop, but you still wouldn't want to hit that water. Didn't have the cleanest look going for it. Our path then led us down to the Penobscot River estuary. There was a lot going down at this waterfront, although I didn't quite understand how the Among Us characters fit into the whole thing. I'll certainly never balk at an opportunity to view a bridge or a river like this. Always a win in my book. And then before departing the city on our very quick tour, we stopped by the Veterans Memorial. The park was currently under construction, but you can tell they're getting it ready for a major revamp. The old Hatchery Dam is a pleasant surprise that neither one of us had anticipated. The GZ afforded us a welcome view out over the river, and it seemed to be a go-to swimming and fishing spot for the locals. We had to make our way across this tiny bridge. Once we were all the way across, we could begin to look for the geocache we'd come for. We tried to get the dog to join in the hunt here, but she was too content just to enjoy the smells coming off the old hatchery. I can't say I really blame her for leaving us to our own devices on this one. What a view! And the Pentley Hill Cemetery is one of those rare gems that we would have never been able to find without geocaches to lead the way. It brought us to the grave of Robert Pentley, a Civil War commanding officer dating back almost 200 years ago. And our last adventure of the day is one we had not anticipated. It had us winding our way up the hills in Lee to chase windmills. It's always really cool to see windmills from a distance, but it was so much cooler to be able to get right up onto the base of them like this. It's hard to really appreciate just how tall these massive giants are.
Well, we got to come up here on a windmill hunt. How cool is that? Quite a windy mountain to climb up too.
Hey Scott, is that windmill tall?
Man, I missed it by that much.
And with that, another day in Maine began to wind its way down to a close.
Alright travelers, that's a wrap to another beautiful day spent here in Maine. We've really had a good time rolling around today. We've done about 280 miles, most of it along the inside of Maine coming up toward the east coast. We're coming to a close on our day now, and we're looking like we're pretty much on time where we want to be. Tomorrow we're going to get our chance to go out to Acadia, and we're definitely excited about that. We're hoping we can make the most of our day while we're out in both places on our route. We hope you guys have been enjoying tuning in with us. We've definitely seen some really pretty sights along the way in Maine, and when we're on the coast tomorrow, I think we're going to see a whole heck of a lot more. So I hope you get a chance to enjoy it with us. Like this video, and please subscribe to this channel. Looking forward to continuing sharing daily updates with you as we're on the road. Happy trails!